Here's what we're doing. I actually do not know what my tier list is. We're going to figure it out. We have the intro, the acting, the kills, the dialogue, and the ghost faces. There could be other variables, but these are the ones that I thought initially. And these are at least going to help us to have a clearer view of which one is the best in the tier list. I have suspicions, like, I have a very strong feeling, as an example, the 4 is going to be higher than 6, okay? Because there's a lot of things that work for me with 4 that don't work for 6. I'll give you an example immediately. So this, oh, you know what though? 6 is actually pretty high for intro. 4 is, now this, I'm immediately going to start this with a hot take. Okay? But let me explain why. I actually like the intro for 4 more than I like the intro for 1. Now I want you to do me a favor. You say you have a stew of variables. Think of a literal stew. What do you have? You have carrots. You have onions. You have the broth. You have the beef. The beef could maybe be a little higher or a little lower. The carrots, maybe they're too hard. They weren't cooked long enough. Maybe that's not good. In a stew, think of a stew. Now take out, oh, I was talking earlier about nostalgia. Take out nostalgia and take out icon. Take out icon and nostalgia. And now I want you to put an emphasis in the stew of innovative, creative, and taking the meta, taking a underpinning theme or idea of the franchise and really delivering an S tier amount of flavor as if it was a stew. Okay, the meta at the beginning of Scream 4, the intro of Scream 4, is absolutely delicious if we're talking about a stew. Say the meta is the beef, okay? And let's say that nostalgia or it being an icon is the carrots. I like the beef more than the carrots, okay? Like, I like something being nostalgic. I can appreciate something being an icon and appealing to people. It appeals to me. I like the carrots. But to me, man, the steak, there's something about the intro. The fake intro into the fake intro into the real intro. It's an ensemble of characters. Okay, and this actually leads into another variable, which is the acting and the kills and the dialogue and the ghost faces. I mean, the intro has everything else in it. It has the whole package of flavor. We got Sookie Stackhouse from True Blood. Remember when True Blood was a thing? Like, there was a HBO vampire movie called True Blood. There was an actually really good movie, okay? A really good TV show. The lead actor, who is also Rogue in the original X-Men, least we forget, she's a really good actress. She has a cameo in this movie as one of the fake kills in the meta. People watching a movie about stab in a movie about people watching stab in the actual movie in Scream. As you're watching the movie, dude, it is actually so good. She is specifically the person that plays Sookie Stackhouse. She is specifically playing the, you know how you have the two characters arguing about scary movies? She's the one that doesn't get the scary movies. Okay, it is she is one in what, 6? 6 main girls in the intro. It is an ensemble intro. So I'm beginning this video, I'm beginning the tier list with a hot take. Actually, if you, the innovative the innovativeness of the intro, the creativeness, the fifth dimensional meta. I mean, there's actually like an onion. There is layers to the meta of the beginning of Scream 4. To me, it beats out the nostalgia and it beats out the levels of it being iconic in the first movie. It just does. Like the first movie intro is so good. Like especially this is where it's not as if the Scream 1 it doesn't have an amazing intro. The fact that the movie juked people into thinking Drew Barrymore was a big deal in the movie, and it turned out that she was not. That is S tier. Okay, it's right up there. But to me, Scream 4 was just special. You know, Western movies have a tendency to avoid being weird. If you really think about it, that was really a complicated, weird move at the beginning of Scream 4, and I have to applaud it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to 2, 3. 3 was on the weaker end. 5 is on the weaker end. 6 was really good. What's better, 6 or 2? And are they better than 1? Let's be really honest. Ooh. Okay, I can't. Ooh, I can't. Oh my god. The intro to 6 was so good. I can't make it better. Okay, you also have to include that it's an icon. Even though Scream 4 was so innovative and creative, it had an ensemble of characters. It had so much discussion. One of the things I love about Scream is the discussion about scary movies. Scream 4 had one of the best intros about that. I mean, what scary movie didn't they introduce in the discussion of Scream 4? Absolutely loved it. Okay, let's see. God, I lament. I beat my chest like a Jewish widow in the Bible during a funeral at the fact that we can't react to some of these scenes so we could refresh it in the moment. I don't even know who this actress is. But even like no name actresses, not her necessarily. Oh my god, like look at all like no. Okay, the one on the left here. Okay? The one on the left. She is a really good actress, and it's really funny to me because I've never seen her in any other movie or any other show. It's like, it's got 6 really good actresses discussing scary movies. Not this one. Okay, that's Sookie Stackhouse on the left there. Okay? But that one, this one, the one on the left there, I really, really appreciated all that, the acting at the intro. The kills were good too. I love the one where these scary movies, you expect everything. And then she gets stabbed then Sookie Stackhouse gets stabbed in the gut. Well, did you expect that? Oh, dude, it's so next level. I mean, if you compare it to, initially I was planning on a horror movie franchise tier list, but then researching it about 12 noon yesterday, I realized there's so many movies I'd have to see to have a fair appraisal of the different movies in the franchise. So I scrapped it and decided to just go to what you know. If you're going to talk about something like exhaustively, you have to be able to do it exhaustively. And in order to do it exhaustively, you have to know about it. So I decided to just do Scream. But dude, just so good. Let's see. So I'm thinking I really, really, really like this. It's interesting though. Scream 6 a prop. If I had to guess, overall it's going to be my lowest, I think. But I really liked the intro. And then Scream 2. Oh, you see how good these movies are? Which one am I missing? Oh yeah. 5 is the one with Jenna Ortega. You think she's dead, like Drew Barrymore. The kind of reveal twist is she's not dead. Is that it's less than 2? It's greater than 3. A 3. Okay, I'm a 3 apologist. I actually really like 3. I think it gets unfairly dogged on. So people dog on it because it feels less horror, it feels more comedy. But here's the thing, Scream has always been comedy horror. It's always been that way. In fact, Scream 1, in order to get an R rating and not an NC 17, Weinstein basically said, wait a minute, you guys don't understand, you're watching a comedy. He denoted it as a comedy. One of the most slapstick comedies ever used the original title for Scream, which was Scary Movie. There's always been comedy. I don't mind that they emphasize the comedy for Scream at all. Scream 3 at all. However, as far as intros go, maybe it's I didn't connect with Cotton Weary. I mean, I wouldn't see who would connect with Cotton Weary. Maybe that's it. And it is funny, speaking of the comedy part, it is funny that it shows a man who went from being falsely accused of a murder to a celebrity, and it's like a goofball, almost satirical commentating about someone's celebrity, where the guy has become so into his own celebrity that if he has a woman on the phone for less than 30 seconds, if she's flirting, he instantly goes for it like a dog to bloody meat. I mean, Cotton Weary, I do love this. I do love how they made Cotton Weary instantly despicable in the beginning of 3 to where the fact that you're okay with him getting killed. It's not that it was bad, but there was so many. I'm going to convince myself to put it over. No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I'm definitely not going to put it over 5. In fact, I hate to put 5 so low, but it makes me realize when you have 3 next to 5 on the intro, it makes me realize one of the reasons that 5 is superior to 3 for the intro. They talk about scary movies. You gotta have a deconstruction of scary movies at the beginning, even if it's paper thin analysis, even if it's not some David Foster Wallace deep narrative about scary movies, you gotta have some discussion. The thing about Scream 3, there was no discussion about scary movies. Scream 4, like I said, the amount of discussion on scary movies was amazing. All the different references. I know they reference like Saw. Someone said they aren't into that torture horror movie stuff like Saw. By the way, real quick, I shared that sentiment until I saw Saw for itself. Saw is unfairly labeled, okay? Saw is deeper than you think it is, but that's neither here nor there. Scream 3 doesn't talk about scary movies. Look, Scream 4, okay? Talks about scary movies. Scream 1, of course. You know, what's your favorite scary movie? I mean, that's the most famous line. Scream 6 talks about the scary movies. In fact, I love it. I love the Ghostface's last line in Scream 6. Oh, the intro was so good. Was, who gives a fuck about the movies? Oh, dude, that was just... and it's foreshadowing that it's not a movie-obsessed person in Scream 6 that's the killer. It's a huge tell that it is somebody that isn't involved in the scary movies like some of the other characters. Scream 2, the African American couple, the African American lady does not like scary movies, and the guy's like, hey, relax, let's just have fun. Scream 5, I love this, and it emulated Scream 1. I love the intro in Scream 5 where he goes, who is the killer of Stab? And she says, Billy Loomis. And she gets excited, just like Drew Barrymore gets excited that Jason Voorhees is the killer of Friday the 13th. And he goes, that's wrong. It was two killers, Billy Loomis and Stu Macher. Just like in Scream 1, he goes wrong. It was Mrs. Voorhees. Now, this is what I love. If the theory is correct, then in Scream 7, we get Stu Macher all the way back to the beginning, the non-Wes Craven scary movie, is introducing the concept, reminding you of Stu Macher. God damn, I hope it's Stu Macher. But look at how all these scary movies, 4, 1, 6, 2, and 5, all of them discuss scary movies as an intro to a Scream movie should. I don't believe, I could be off here, but I don't believe Cotton Weary in the Ghostface that sounds like a female while he's driving his car. I don't believe that there's any discussion of scary movies. The whole thing is the cat and mouse game, and then she sounds like the Ghostface sounds like Cotton Weary and makes Cotton Weary's girlfriend afraid of him. I don't remember any discussion on that. That is one of the reasons why Scream 3 easily is the lowest on the tier list for intro. As far as kills go, Scream 4, it has a throwback kill to Rose McGowan at the garage door. It's got one of my favorite kills with these scary movies. I mean, you see everything coming, but did you see that coming? That was so good. I there was some, I know that I don't have a category for music here, but two of the fake kills. It was at the door. I'm not at the door. I'm already inside, and then the ghost face comes out and stabs one, and then the girl opens the door and gets her throat slit, and then she slumps against the wall and goes over. I love that kill. The kills in Scream 4 were so good. Scream 1, I mean the Drew Barrymore one, like I said, you gotta include it's an icon and it's nostalgic. Still really good kill. But honestly, they upped the game so much with these sequels. I have to say they upped their game in a quality way so much that if you take out the ingredients nostalgia and it's an icon, a lot of these kills actually outdo Scream 1. Just for kills, okay? Just that ingredient inside of this category. Just for kills. It's really good. It's really good that the parents are going in the house and she's trying to get their attention and she can't. I mean, it's good stuff. But I feel like the kills actually succeeded more in the intro to the other movies. I think 5 is interesting too, how Jenna Ortega is such a big actress. Was she a big actress before this movie, though? I'm not sure about that. But I think it's really interesting that they don't kill the big actress in front of 5 versus 1. I like that that's a little different. But like I said, I don't know if at the time she was as big of a actress. The struggle and fight and stuff with Cotton Weary was okay and all that stuff, but it's just even the kills are not as good as 3. Not only did they not discuss scary movies, I mean the kills weren't that bad. And let's admit it, if you put Creed in your intro, okay, 3's intro has Creed, okay, and Creed has aged like vinegar, okay. Scream 2, speaking of the kills. In Scream 2 intro. I remember, so, speaking of actual nostalgia, if we're going to include it, Scream 1 is so high on here because of nostalgia and icon. At the time of its release, the kill with Scream 2, where he hears Ghostface in the public bathroom stall be like, and then he puts his ear up against the stall wall, and then he gets stabbed. I remember that hit people. That hit a nerve with people. People found that so creepy. Okay, that kill was really good. In fact, God, if it wasn't for Scream 6 doing the thing where the Ghostface kills somebody and then unmasks himself, I mean, that was so goddamn good that it actually. No, it beats out 2. Okay, this is how good these movies are. On a tier list for an intro, Scream 2 is actually 4th place. Out of 6, I mean, that is actually relatively low. That's how good these movies are. Scream 2 had a banger intro, and it's 4th. That's the kind of competition for this. We could go back to intro, but let's go to acting. Let's not forget, I've noticed a lot of times people will talk about characters and they'll kind of interchange the acting with the character. Like, acting seems to be an invisible variable when people are talking about characters, but you actually have to take that variable to the forefront because I don't think it's going to be the very top. But you want to know something? I feel like Jack Quaid is one of the best ghost faces ever. Um, I feel like that will be strong. Well, actually, it might get put down a notch. Actually, now that I think about it, because I really like the ghost faces acting in this movie. However, the Stacy cheerleader type, the black dude, the supposed movie nerd. By the way, I thought the acting for like those 3 characters specifically were just weak. It's like they fit a stereotype of a survivor in a horror movie, but they didn't quite have the panache that a Scream actor should have. In fact, one of the things I loved about 3, her name's Parker Posey, right? Parker Posey playing the actress that played Gail Weathers. Oh, I wanted more of her in it. See, she had panache. She, to me, that was a Scream actress. Where, like, a lot of the new blood, I'll call them the new blood, a lot of the new blood in 5 and 6 don't actually appeal to me. Jenna Ortega's good. The Billy Loomis's daughter is good. You know, it's not my favorite. It's not like Matthew Lillard. It's not like Nev Campbell. It's not like David Arquette. She's good. Those 3 in particular, the supposed nerd girl, never as good as like Jamie Kennedy. Honestly, the worst movie nerd is the one in 5 and 6. To the fact where it's almost, you forget that she's supposed to be the movie. She is supposed to be the movie nerd, right? They did an awful job. Where you cannot forget Scream 1, the movie nerd. You cannot forget scenes like it is so, like, I don't want to give people the impression that these are the top 2. That might be the top 1. Dude, Jamie Kennedy going, there are rules that one must abide to survive a scary movie. Dude, the acting. In fact, one of the problems I have with 2 is I don't mind killing legacy characters. And maybe it would have been okay if they would have replaced the nerd archetype with someone good. But honestly, I can't get over the fact that they killed him in 2 and they never replaced him rightfully with the nerd. Okay, Charlie Walker, Kirby, and Charlie Walker's bestie. That was close. That was a worthy effort. And honestly, I don't think there was 1 in 3, was there? I don't think they replaced the token movie nerd in 3, which is blasphemy. But anyway, the acting, Jamie Kennedy, like the way that his face was like this, and he was in a constant panic. Remember him in the like blockbuster-esque movie rental store. Remember him losing his beans, talking about, everyone is a suspect. Dude, the acting was so good. Of course, that's my taste. That's my taste in acting. But I thought it was so good. Okay, that's probably one for acting. Nev Campbell did awesome. I used to think that Skeet Ulrich, I used to think his acting was eye rolling, but honestly, I have to give him credit. Similarly to Matthew Lillard, I like the Scream actors that play Ghostface, where their performances are a little bit of a clue. I'll give you an example of that. Scream 2, the man who was a movie nerd, the movie nerd turned killer, because he's in that movie class and he's discussing if sequels can be good. His acting was kind of foreshadowing because he was always kind of creepy acting. The Skeet Ulrich acting has grown on me a little bit. I used to think of him as like a Johnny Depp wannabe, and it's really funny. I found out later that they casted him because he's like Johnny Depp. So that was purposeful. And I was actually onto that. He really was a Johnny Depp wannabe, and he was casted because of Johnny Depp. But actually, his performance, I think, is kind of foreshadowing to the fact that he's a Ghostface, to the point where I actually really appreciate it now. I think the Ghostface acting between Skeet Ulrich and Stu Macher is some of the best Ghostface acting. David Arquette is always pretty good, but there there is a nuance to the acting in the first one with David Arquette that I feel like I don't know how to explain it. Do you remember when he was answering the phone after Ghostface called Rose McGowan in David Arquette's house, and he was all, hello? There is a slight flavor of goofball that he emphasized a little more. Remember him screaming in the doorway with the scream mask, with the ghost face mask? His acting was just there was a flavor of his acting in the first movie that was a pinch better. The acting in the first movie was really good. The Rose McGowan being being that that sarcasm from her acting was really good. Her acting sarcastic, like, well, what is this? Spit on your grave? Like you can hear the emotion, the sarcasm in her voice. The acting, pretty much for everybody in that movie, was great. You know who everybody forgets about? Everybody forgets that Henry Winkler was in Scream. In fact, I've heard that the Henry Winkler kill was actually, I guess sometimes producers have good ideas. Because what I heard was that a producer said there's this large pocket of the movie where there's nothing happening and there's no kills, and so the audience doesn't get bored, they need a kill. So they decided to kill Henry Winkler. Now, usually you hear about these stories about producers coming up with bad ideas. I actually think that that was a good idea. So, the acting. This is why Henry Winkler was such a good actor, even though it wasn't a huge role. Okay, so the principal on the intercom. Hello, fellow students. I wish you to be protected and safe. Now, our community is number one, and I want to make sure that for everyone's safety, we follow guidelines. Remember, your principal loves you. And then when you see him in person, behind closed doors, he's like, you little scumbags! How could you do this? And he's flashing scissors around. Like in that moment, if you've never seen the movie before, you might actually question if this guy could potentially be a ghost face. I like, even though he doesn't have the hugest role, Henry Winkler absolutely kills it. Get the pun? We're talking about Scream. He absolutely kills the delivery. I absolutely love his performance, even though it's small. So Scream 1, the acting is so good that even someone that isn't in the movie very long is killing it. Drew Barrymore does one of the best panicked, screaming, I'm getting killed performances in the whole series. Think of how pale her face was. Think of the tears. Think of her crying. She really sold it in a way that even Nev Campbell couldn't quite sell it. And even though it was just in the intro, the acting was so good. Matthew Lillard, dude. Okay, maybe it's because it's my favorite flavor of acting, but honestly, his performance, I'll be right back. You know, Sydney, I always had a thing for it. You can see spit coming out of his mouth, okay? I like, maybe it's my flavor and appreciation of a certain type of acting. I'm a big Nicolas Cage fan. Surprise, surprise. I like Matthew Lillard's performance. But I love that kind of performance. Okay, let's see who else. Honestly, because so the black guy in this movie is absolutely horrendous. The nerd is horrendous, and the Stacy chick is not very good. A lot of the that one guy, the Lemon Squares detective son's actor is not good either. 5 and 6 are going to be the lowest. I'll decide which one's worse. Four is good. I want to say maybe it's better than 3. I think it's going to be, but we'll see in a second. 2. Oh, I almost have to. I want to say it's going to be here. Let's see. Well, a Scream 1 might get acting. I mean, it's just, and some of it, you know, the whole what I was talking about when you got to weigh icon as a variable. I think so. Scream 1 was iconic because people didn't see it coming, and the famous line, what's your favorite scary movie? I think part of the legacy characters of Scream 1, I think part of the acting was it was so well deserved. I think that the people appreciating the acting and the performances in this movie, it was so well deserved. Like, I want to say Jamie Kennedy, Nev Campbell, Rose McGowan, Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, like, their performances are extremely hard to beat. Scream 4. Okay, Emma Roberts, sometimes I think it's because, like, just her vocal cords. Sometimes she'd make this strained, weak sound, but angry, and it really resonates well as the Ghostface, because there's something about she even used her vocal cords, which you have no control over, to make a sound that's hard to sound like almost a defeated, angry animal, and it actually really worked. Like, it's not fair. And like the way that her voice sounded doing it, dude, it was really good. The McCulkin guy, okay, the Macaulay Culkin's relative, the Culkin did really good. I even though his acting almost kind of reminds me of the actors in 5 and 6, his friend kind of worked. The acting that sucked was the boyfriend red herring guy. He sucked. Okay, Kirby, the actress for Kirby that played the cheerleader in Heroes, there was a superhero show for a while. The first season absolutely blew up because it was absolute cinema. It was absolutely absolute cinema. That show blew up for a period of time. But then the second season completely shit the bed. But that actress that played the cheerleader who had like the Wolverine healing factor, She absolutely kills it as Kirby in this movie, Scream 4. In fact, she's one of the best acting performances in the series. I feel like I you can't expect this, but when they cast people like the Kirby actress, when they cast people like Jack Quaid, I wish they would have casted similarly. The black guy, the new nerd, the blonde guy, isn't he like anal retentive or something? But they don't quite implement that anal retentive anxious thing all the time. So it's kind of hit or miss with him being a character and the acting. Like, I wish they would have casted those characters like they casted the Kirby character, like they casted the Jack Quaid character. Okay, Scream 2 acting. Okay, so some of my best friends are Black character, who is Nev Campbell's friend in this. And I do mean that. I feel like that movie, if you watch it very carefully, it's almost cringy in the way that it tries to. Okay, here's the thing. It feels like it's pandering too hard to an African American audience. However, I have to say this. That's a perspective of a white guy saying it looks like pandering. I've noticed African American audiences really respond positively to this movie. So even if it's pandering, it was effective pandering, and people like really appreciated the beginning. In fact, is that Jada Pinkett Smith? And this is the tier for acting. Is that? Let me see here. I think it's Jada Pinkett Smith, right? She's got she actually yeah, it is, I think it is. She actually gave Drew Barrymore, yeah. She gave Drew Barrymore a run for her money, in my opinion. Oh, that's right. She's been in, oh my god, the bull jokes. The Ellen Ripley bull jokes from Chris Rock got him slapped. Bro, you can't be ripping on the actress that gave us the Scream 2 intro, Chris Rock. What were you thinking, dude? Chris Rock, you were in that Saw sequel called Spiral. Jada Pinkett Smith was in the intro of Scream 2. You can't be taught. Oh, wait, this is a short. We can watch this.
If everyone will take a step back in time, inextricably linked we are in this infamous scene in Scream 2, directed also by the great Wes Craven. Did you enjoy doing that film?
I did. I loved it. And I remember going to.
Oh, no. That actually, speaking of the variable of acting, it kind of reminds me similarly to Henry Winkler, where it's not a big role. Obviously, she gets killed in the intro. She doesn't have a big role. But her acting was really good. In fact, ooh, I actually have a little bit of a hot take. Because Nev Campbell, Sidney Prescott's friend in that movie, the idea is she's her black friend. I almost wish that it was Jada Pinkett Smith in that role. However, we know that iconic good actresses are killed in the beginning of Screams, oftentimes, so maybe that's okay. But her performance was very, very good. Okay, let's see. Okay. I'm gonna maybe have to drop Scream 2 a little bit. Because there's variables like Roman's acting was pretty good. Okay, you know what acting was absolutely horrendous? I mean, absolutely. Okay, one of the worst acting bits, and someone could argue me that this is unfair. The guy from Sliders. Oh my god. So the worst kill in the series is in 4 when the fat black cop gets slashed up and he says F Bruce Willis. It's really stupid. The worst scene not kill. This is honestly super, super mecha giga cringe. Do you see the guy on the right there? His acting alone might actually get this movie for the acting tier to go down. Okay, but speaking of acting, you see the guy on the left? You can tell immediately he's a better actor. Look at him using his hands. Look at him moving. Look at this guy working. Look at that. He's drawing your attention. He's good. And he was a great Ghostface. The guy on the right there, dude, is absolutely horrendous. When he sings, okay, wait for this. When he sings, get your barf bag freaking ready, okay? Get the bucket ready. Go to Home Depot. Get one of those $9.99 tin ass buckets. You know, the ones with the grooves, like it's not in the center. It's like in between the center and the top. You know, those three grooves. Get one of those. Put it right next to you, because when this guy starts singing, dude, you see this guy? One of the worst actors in Scream. Just for this. Just for this reason. Oh my god. Don't do it. Actually, the look on her face is actually increases her acting a little bit. It actually looked pained. The black actress made it look like she's seen this. They refilmed this 20 times, that she can't keep the pain off her face. This is so awful, dude. This is one. This is a shame to the whole guy's career. Actually, look at how enthused the ghost face is while this guy sings. His actually looking enthused during one of the things that could slay a freaking dragon, it's so bad, makes his acting higher. Actually, how do I reduce the acting of this movie as a whole? When, oh, look at his face, dude. It's just so, you should hear, look at, okay, you should hear his voice, dude. It sounds like, you know, the whole, dude, look at that derp look on his face, too. I honestly, dude, that old show Sliders is cool. Maybe he did a good job in that show. It's been so long, I don't remember his performance. But good God Almighty, dude, that scene is super, super giga cringe, dude. That is the worst acting. And he looks enthused. That other guy is really good. Isn't this guy in Justified? I know this guy played Hitman. You know the video game adaptation Hitman? That guy right there. He played it. He's a good actor. In fact, he does that thing that you have to include on your criteria for acting. He does that thing where it's kind of foreshadowing that he is a ghost face because of the way that he's acting. You go, yeah, that guy was acting creepy the whole time. But that actually drops it, okay? I'm just going to say this. I know that there's a lot of different actors in each of the movies. Okay, I understand that. But just the fact that you have Parker Posey absolutely killing it in 3, and you have the dude from Sliders giving me nightmares, dude. I'll tell you about a nightmare. Okay, I'll frequently have nightmares about the devil. I had a nightmare that I was dating the devil and he jumped up on a cafeteria table and started singing Top Gun soundtrack stuff, okay? I'm not kidding here. That guy's acting was so bad. And then you take someone like Parker Posey, who was so good. Here, I'll show you. Is that her name, Parker? Like Peter Parker? Dude, check it out. Or does she have a different name? Did I get her name wrong? I love that I'm glazing her acting if I get her name wrong. That's actually very funny to me. No, it's Parker Posey. Oh my god. Parker Posey? Peter Parker? Oh, dude, by the way, this was actually at Walmart, dude. A Todd McFarlane Spider-Man #1 issue comic book art was at Walmart. Is it just me or Walmart is it? I think nerd culture has encroached on everything so much that even Walmart shirts are becoming nerdy and cool and like a nostalgia throwback. Anyway, Parker Posey, Peter Parker. Yeah, whatever. Okay, Parker Posey is so good in this, dude. In fact, I wish she had become a legacy character. You guys, you kept the Lemon Squares cop lady, but you killed Parker Posey. Damn you! Okay, and her investigating with Gale Weathers here. So it's the actress who plays Gale Weathers, and it's the Gale Weathers kind of go on a Scooby Doo sleuthing mission. And it's absolutely funny. I love the acting here. Look at the expression on her face. Now you got to remember, subjectively, I have a taste for overacting. Overacting has a negative connotation to it. I call it acting, okay? Not everything has to be like, whoa, it's almost like real life. We know it's not real. You might as well embrace it's not real and have fun, okay? Parker Posey has a fun performance. And someone could say, well, what about the other guy you just dissed? Oh, it does not work, though. Because that voice, the voice of that guy singing, when he's singing on top of the cafeteria table, it haunts my nightmares. But there we go. Speaking of acting, this is perfect. I love the Carrie Fisher cameo where she plays someone that looks like Carrie Fisher. In fact, I like this performance so much. I think it's sad. No. No. Scream 3 gets better acting than Scream 2. Easily now. Because let's think of acting not just based on the merit of their performances, but also on the casting. Okay, that they cast Carrie Fisher. Oh, I love that delivery. Look at that, Saul. That they cast Carrie Fisher, who no one would cast, even if it was a cameo. They should. Like her performance is good. I hate how good actors don't get roles. So yeah, Scream 3 has better acting than Scream 2. Absolutely. I like Emma Roberts and Charlie Walker. Ooh, I might actually. You know, it's very possible that we end up putting Scream 3 over Scream 4. Let me just one to one compare 3 to 4. Okay, the Charlie Walker friend, the guy with the headset the whole time, not so great. The boyfriend, awful. Okay, there was some. Okay, the drunk guy in 3 was bad too, though. Actually, the chick in 3 that was supposed to be one of the ghost faces, and for God knows why they scrapped her as a ghost face. They did, however. Her acting was really good, especially if you consider that her acting was meant to be for a ghost face. Parker Posey absolutely killed it. They had the guy that played the android in Aliens, even though it wasn't a huge role, the producer that ended up having a casting couch, very similar to Weinstein, who, by the way, produced this movie. The performance was very good. I'm gonna give 3 over 4. 2, okay. Now here's the question. Oh, yeah, 2 can't beat 4. Like, Emma Roberts, the Charlie Walker actor, the McCulkin guy, and the Kirby one are so good I don't think Scream 2 can beat it. Because, like, okay, you know what was cool? They had Buffy, and Buffy was good, but was Buffy extraordinary? Was she better than Charlie Walker? Was she better than Kirby? No. No. In fact, Scream 4 wants to actually ascend higher than 3 in my mind. I mean, okay, 4 versus 3 is going to be difficult. Um, so the ghost faces in 5, to me, ghost faces are very important. The ghost faces in 5 for acting are actually better than 2, but I want to say 2 overall is better. Like, the Jada Pinkett Smith performance, even though it was just an intro, was just too good. Oh, in Scream 2, like, David Arquette's performance is better. Scream 5. No, Scream 2 is better. Excuse me, it's going to be no 5, no 2, no 5, no 2. Does this look right? I think this is looking right. However, 4 may be able. One of the things I might consider. No, you know what? No, this is fine. Okay, no, this is fine. Courtney Cox is. I don't know if it was a script. I don't know if it was her. I don't know if it was the directing. Like, Gale Weathers is better in 3 than 4. I don't know if it was the comedy sleuth adventure with the woman that played her with Parker Posey. Maybe it was chemistry with the actors. Also, like, the Ghostface wasn't bad. The guy that played Roman, he did very similarly to Emma Roberts. He did this. He did a really good of, like, this desperate rage. But that one's actually really close. See, there are no duds in 1. Like, could we compare duds from 3 and 4? If we compare duds of 3 and 4, like, it's halfway to Dudsville is Charlie Walker's nerd friend, the guy that confesses he's gay before getting killed. The boyfriend was one of the worst actors in the entire series. Emma Roberts' boyfriend was one of the worst actors in the entire series. Uh, no. No, I think. No, David Arquette and Courtney Cox work better in 3. But, like, some of it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, remember how it's Lemon Square's lady? Lemon Square's lady is, like, running interference between Courtney Cox and David Arquette in 4, and remember how it's Parker Posey in 3? Yeah, and now I'm thinking about it too. I'm thinking of Parker Posey talking to the drunk guy. He's bad, but is he as bad as Emma Roberts' boyfriend? No, the acting is, yeah, the acting is better. I think 1, 3, 4, 2. So 5 and 6 are definitely the bottom for acting. David Arquette was okay playing Burnout, but it wasn't as enjoyable. It's kind of like there's a lot of nuances to acting. So, like, Aaron Paul is playing kind of a Burnout, like, lower energy guy in Dispatch. However, the way that he's playing it doesn't really work for me in an entertaining, fun way. David Arquette's burnoutness was okay, and it was good. So, like, when the guy's like, "How do we know you're not the killer?" And the guy's like, "Hey, David Arquette, you're some burnout guy who got crippled, and now you're mad and want to kill people." And he goes, "Well, maybe you're the killer. Why's that?" "Because that cut deep." Okay, it was funny how he said that, but I want to say in, like, Scream 2, when David Arquette is talking to oh yeah, no. In fact, Jamie Kennedy was in 2, and he was really good in it. I hate that they killed him. Is it possible? Is it possible that Scream 2 is better than Scream 4 for acting. Yeah, but that guy's singing, dude! The love interest was so freaking bad, man. God, that love interest was so freaking bad. And like Charlie Walker and Emma Roberts were such good ghost faces. By the way, though, even though, as far as the actual ghost face goes, I have to hand it to the lady that played Billy Loomis's mother. The acting was really good. Her acting really was top notch. The issue wasn't her acting. By the way, she did that thing that I think every Ghostface should have. Their performance should be an act of foreshadowing. And then when you look back on the movie, you go, well, yeah, look at that. Remember years ago on the internet where they'd be like, never trust these eyes, and they do that big wide thing? Like, I've seen some shit. That actress is big, wide, like probing eyes was like an act of foreshadowing in this movie. Her acting was great. The ghost face wasn't that hot. Her acting was better than the character that she was given. 4 or 2, dude. I think I have everything in line there except for 4 and 2. Because yeah, 5 is easily above 6. Those ghost faces were way better, dude. Jack Quaid and the female Ghostface. Female Ghostface in 5 was killer. Was killer acting. Those guys were great. See, this is what's funny. If you think about the acting in the movies, it's so funny that Ghostface 5 is ironically 5 out of 6, or non-ironically, is 5 out of 6. Like, this is how good these movies are. You're on the low end, yet you're really, really, really good. That's why I don't do a traditional tier list like S out of D, because there is no A tiers. There's only S tier movies here. Let's see. 4 or 2. Let's go with my gut. You know what? When I went with my gut gave me a flash of Buffy. Of Buffy. Like, I think this is what my gut is telling me. There's stuff like the Buffy cameo. It's just a little bit more elevated. Oh, is that true though? Okay, it's not like 6v1 where 6 people would beat people. Just look at the acting, I have to say to Alucard Bats. Look at the acting. Jada Pinkett Smith or the other actresses? Is there any actress that actually does a better job? There's not. It's that is actually that is one of the closest. That is one of the closest contests that I've had. One of the closest contests that I've had is 2 versus 4 for acting. Yeah, it would almost be a meme. Like the dude, that awful singing, dude. Just absolutely. What song is it? Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find it. No, Parker Posey was so good in 3 that it made me wish for more Parker Posey. That's how good that performance was, and that's why 3 is easily the second one. If this is another reason, I have to say something here. Okay. I have to say something about how unfair people are with Scream 3. Okay, what is the song? Oh, that's right! Dude, no. We are gonna meme here. I think I love you, and then take my phone better.
I don't know what it's
Dude, are you hearing this?
all about. I don't know what I'm up against.
Dude, I'm not gonna play too much of that because I believe in souls, and I don't want to send people's souls to hell. Because if you listen to that voice enough, It's almost like the Pied Piper, and you'll be like a rat, and you'll follow the Pied Piper music into hell. It's very similar to what's going on in politics right now. But yeah, no, it may be a meme, but sometimes you got to go with memes. No, I mean it is honestly. Did you hear? It sounds like remember Scream 4 when the fat black cop who gets slashed up says fuck Bruce Willis? Remember Bruce Willis in Pulp Fiction? Dude, that's exactly what it sounds like. And then she screams at him something he can't say anymore. I hate when you use that mongoloid voice. Okay, that he's singing in a very, 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 very bad singing. It's bad, dude. Bad. Singing man, bad. That I'm sorry. That singing scene alone drops that. It does. I'm sorry, Jada Pinkett Smith. You almost carried Scream 2 to third in acting for Scream. Jada, you almost did it by yourself. Unfortunately, that Sliders guy sucked so much ass. It de-elevated the movie by an entire block. Okay, kills. God, I might have to. This is kind of hard when I haven't watched the movies like within a certain block of time. I'm gonna have to go with instinct here. Okay, kills. Okay, you got the Drew Barrymore one, you got the Winkler one, you got the famous killing Billy. It's Stu. The TV was excellent. It reminds me of the Freddy Krueger movie. Congratulations, Stu. Here's your big break on TV. Okay, this is just good kills, good kills, good kill. Rose McGowan with the garage door. Okay, Scream 2. What's got better kills? Okay, let's do apples to apples. Intro kill to intro kill. Jada Pinkett Smith and her boyfriend or Drew Barrymore. You know, honestly, how much do we want to weigh nostalgia? How much do we want to weigh it being an icon? Because the kill for Drew Barrymore was good. Her acting on it was so good, but we're just talking about the kill itself. This may be a hot take, but at least for the intro, God, I want to say at least for the intro, that the Jada Pinkett Smith and her boyfriend, like with the bathroom stall, was better than Scream 1. The cops, that was a good kill. Cece, the Buffy, was a good kill. Oh, dude. Is Scream 2? I have to be fair. I want to make sure that I'm not being completely biased. I remembered most of Scream 1 kills. And I don't want think of the Ghostface kills. Like the Scream 2 Ghostface kills weren't necessary. Now that I think about it, a lot of the times the Scream 2 Ghostface kills are not the most creative, are they? It's like Sydney shoots you. Cool, bro. Okay, let's see. Let's get to the meat. Oh, get to the meat. Get it? The guy's name's Dead Meat. Get to the meat and potatoes of the video. Okay, let's see. No, I'm gonna have to go with memory here, aren't I? Okay, so yeah, the Mickey guy. Okay, the cameraman doesn't die. By the way, the cameraman was another one where I think they were really pandering to the African American audience. Just the way that it's weird. Like the actor was acting unnaturally, quote unquote, black, right? It's almost like they cast black people that don't act like Ebonics, and they tell them to act Ebonics. It's actually it's a little cringe in my opinion. Have them act naturally. Not every African American acts like Tupac Shakur. Okay, that acting was really this dude. I almost want to make two more because this kill. All right, these kills were so freaking okay. This I don't think people remember. This disturbed people. I think it's because it was a public bathroom. I think because glory holes used to be this legendary, freaky, creepy thing that people used to talk about more. It's almost like a glory hole metaphor. It makes this really creepy and disturbing, like the talking in the bathroom stall. Her acting here was great. Her dying in front of an audience. I like. Can these kills? Can this elevate 2/1? Like, look at this. I'm sorry, man. The Drew Barrymore performance was great. The trying to squeak out "parents, please help me" before getting stabbed where her parents don't notice her was great. The hanging was great, but that was just so good. Okay, here we go. They're gonna show us some other ones. I'm gonna decide based off of the other ones. Remember, it's competing against Garage Door. Oh, the Henry Winkler kill was so good. No, maybe Scream. No. No, maybe Scream 1 has better kills. Dude, the Henry Winkler one with the ghost face. Actually, they killed Jamie Kennedy in such a bullshit way. He gets drawn into that van and then it's rocking and then he's just covered in blood when they open it. Actually, I'm giving it to 1. That kill actually pisses me off. I'm giving it to 1. Okay, now let's do. Okay, as I said, oh my god, Scream 3. Oh no, I'm sorry, I had a bulletproof vest. Yeah, but the ghost face gets shot, right? Like, what a surprise. What a surprise. Okay, Scream 3, the intro, not so good. Let's see. Scream 3. Jenny McCarthy. I never really thought of her in the acting category. I don't think that she's going to weigh it one way or another. I mean, it's Jenny McCarthy. She's a bigger name than she is a talent. No offense to her. She married Jim Carrey, and they got to talk about how inoculations cause autism. That's how I remember Jenny McCarthy. Okay, not that that's going to affect or cloud my judgment on the acting. Okay. Her death was, yeah, it was a thing. The Parker Posey thing, where David Arquette's trying to shoot through those look through mirrors, and then gets to her. It's yeah. Yeah, okay. I gotta say, something. People hate the scene where the house gets all gassed up and blows up. Okay, people hate it. I loved it. I mean, introduce some creativity. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's not going to elevate this over that other movie, is it? I feel like it's one of the most creative kills in the series. Just like I used, that guy's acting, singing was so bad it de-elevated the movie. And maybe it's me being a contrarian, but I appreciated the creativity of that kill so much, it almost makes me want to elevate it. What else do we have here? This might be higher. Let me see. Scream 4 kills. That sounds like a movie, like a movie title itself, like Halloween Kills. By the way, I almost did a tier list of horror movie franchises where Scream would probably be towards the top, if not number one for me. But then I realized I have so many blind spots in movie franchises. Like, I didn't see Alien Romulus as one secluded example. So I decided you should talk about what you know more. Okay, kills. Scream 4, the beginning was absolutely amazing. I loved it. It was like a kill crazy super fest at the beginning of 4. I think they killed like six characters. Yeah, they had Sookie Stackhouse and that lady, where the lady turned out to be the killer. They had the one where they opened the door. Okay, they were at the door, and then the girl got stabbed, and then the other one opened the door and she got her throat slit. They had the other one where they investigated. There's no way. Actually, think of the fight. Even though I think it was done of a bullet, the Emma Roberts struggle at the hospital was one of the better Ghostface kills. Emma Roberts killing Charlie Walker was pretty cool. It wasn't a kill, okay, but it was violence. It was a Ghostface act of violence. Charlie Walker on Kirby was cool. The Stacy character was really good. Oh my god, I'm not going to do this meme thing where it's like one bad turd takes out the entire batch of apples, because that cop kill was really fucking stupid. I think the kills are better in 4. Okay, between 5 and 6. It's just I don't want to be lazy here. But just because I like 5 more than 6, I think. Oh, that intro though. That intro was so good. Oh, dude. Oh, this is actually... You know what? I almost want to put 6 on the bottom because, like I was pissed at Scream 2 for killing Jamie Kennedy, I was actually reverse in my motivation. I was actually kind of pissed off at Scream 6 for not killing Courtney Cox. They killed David Arquette at the end of 5. And then at the end of... Or they killed David Arquette, which I liked. I like the David Arquette kill. Dude, I like when Jack Quaid got... Oh my god, one of the best Ghostface kills was the female Ghostface. The way that she was like half burnt. And then remember this, I prefer the Babadook. I know that's technically dialogue, but when Jenna Ortega kills him and says, I prefer the Babadook, that was one of the best... Okay, sometimes when they kill the Ghostfaces, they're like, not in my scary movie. It's like, okay, that's okay. I still prefer the Babadook. Was hilarious. Is the kills in 5 better? A killing that like beatnik looking like post contemporary greaser guy in the car, that was not as amazing. I'm sorry, dude. I know it's not people's favorite. Oh my god, look at this. Dude, 5 and 6. 5 got... Dude. 5 got 5th place 3 times in a row? Is that possible? I don't know, dude. There was good kills in 5. Actually, the point that you don't even get a kill at the beginning should kind of put it down. Although like I said, I actually prefer the intro of 5 over 3. However, it's not even a kill. I think I'm gonna have to go for that. I'm gonna skip to Ghostface's first. Dialogue's gonna be hard because I haven't heard the dialogue out of these in months. Billy and Stu, way better than 2. Way better than 3. 4, probably the next. 5 was really good. This might actually be a competition. 6, one of the worst. God, I mean, I want to say, if you include the fact that that girl actress that played Sidney Prescott in the movie Stab, if you include the fact that she was supposed to be the Ghostface, I love that way more. The director of Stab and the actress playing Sidney Prescott were the Ghostfaces. If you include that, should I include? No, I shouldn't include it because they took it out. In fact, that should reduce. That should reduce it. So Scream 6. It took me a period of time to even realize, was it 3? Was it 4? I mean, it got so convoluted with, it was the dad of Jack Quaid and his kids. Like, I don't even know like how many there are, right? It's almost like he should have said, he doesn't need to be the Ghostface. That job should be come to me. Why is that? Because he ain't got 6 kids to feed. I mean, the Ghostfaces were terrible. You could see by Ghostface's kills, acting, and intro, you could see which Scream movie that I'm weighted towards favoring not, and it would be Scream 6. Because honestly, too, acting is a more influential variable than intro, right? And acting is lower on 6 and higher in the other ones. Okay, so let me see. Scream 1, Billy and Stu. Billy and Stu's better than, what was her, Emma Roberts and Charlie Walker. Scream 5, Jack Quaid and the other one were really, really good. They did a good job of making it the boyfriend again and not seeing it coming. And and then Jack Quaid was so good too. It makes me feel bad that it's 5 out of 6 for acting. It's the 5th out of 6. Is that right? Yeah, but I can't make one actor push it over. Because was Jack Quaid so good that he would make 5 over 2? I don't know. The love interest was so terrible in 2, though. Wait a second here. Ooh. Oh. Oh. This is actually really... No. I'm forgetting. 2 doesn't have 3 introduced characters that are all bad actors. I'm sorry. Jack Quaid in the female Ghostface just can't get it over to 4 because the black guy, the Stacy, and the nerd chick, the worst nerd archetypal character in the series. Okay, back to Ghostfaces. Oh. Ooh, Jack Quaid and the Freddy burn victim Ghostface. God. Oh, they want. Let me see. What's the motives? I might keep 4 above 5 because I'm going to tell you something that I really appreciated about 4. Remember how the motivation of the ghost faces was jealousy and envy of a more famous family member? Well, who had more famous family members? Culkin and Roberts. Emma Roberts was related to Julia Roberts, and the Culkin actor was related to Macaulay Culkin. So the casting reflected the characters. Like, that is so good, dude. As much as I enjoyed the performances of Jack Quaid and Freddy Krueger style burn victim Ghostface. By the way, that actress, dude, just the way that she emoted was really good. their performances won't actually compete with the Ghostfaces of 4 because I like the meta casting with the idea of the ghost faces become the envious ghost faces. I just like it more. I just like those ghost faces more. I like it, and I understand why 5 recycled the boyfriend ghost face. I understand why they recycled that. They recycled it because they got to do an emulation of the first one. And I think they did a really good job of that. But that unique narrative of the envious family member. Like Billy killed out of revenge, right? A lot of these people kill out of revenge. They killed out of envy. And I really like that Ghostface motivation. Scream 2 Scream 3 would be better than Scream 2 for Ghostfaces had they kept the Sidney Prescott actress. That that awful choice to make it one Ghostface, it feels weird in the movie. One of the reasons it feels good is most of the screenplay is propping up the fact that there's 2 of them, and it's propping up the fact that actress is supposed to be Ghostface, and you can see it in her performance, and you can see it in subliminal visuals in the movie, like the billboard for the movie advertisement has her way on the side of the billboard, and it has cracked glass on the other actors. I mean, the fact that they got rid of that makes it less than 2. 3 would easily be better than 2. I like the whole lost brother thing too, but it's just 2 having it. So, look, 1 is Billy's angry because Sydney's mom ruined the family. Now Billy's mom comes for revenge. It's good. But it's not as good as 5. One of the things that suffered with 2 is that this never worked for me. The male ghost face, who is kind of a movie nerd, that works for me. Um the fact that he's not in the movie a lot and you barely see Billy's mom. You see her briefly talking to Gail Weathers, but honestly, it's so brief that it just doesn't necessarily work for me as a whole for Ghostfaces. No, I'd like to try. Okay, yeah. No. I gotta go with Scream 4 as well on being higher than the 4 others other than Scream 1. Because I love that Charlie Walker, he fully does an Anakin like killing Mace Windu. He fully commits to killing Kirby, where you know he knew that he shouldn't. You know when he killed Kirby, he was thinking, what have I done? Like Anakin killing Mace Windu. No. Scream 4 has got really good ghost faces. It's like the plot of the Scream 4 Ghost Faces is a little better than 5. 5 is okay. 5 did a good job too of making it kind of creepy, right? Like the Jack Quaid ghost face and the female ghost face, I think there was an age gap. Like I think Megyn Kelly, the conservative pundit, I think she'd make some good apologetics for Jack Quaid in that for that ghost face. That was kind of creepy. And the fact that boyfriend was cheating on her, that's good, but I gotta give it to Scream 4. It's the characters outweigh the characters in 5, even though the performances want to encroach in on the criteria. But the performances in 4 were good as well. So no, 5 doesn't take it for that. Alright, let's see. Okay. Dialogue. I might have set myself up for failure for this one, and I'll tell you why. Because it's got to be fresh in your head. I mean, I don't know. Oh, dude, this is actually. I'm actually really glad that I'm doing it this way. Because I'll be honest, part of me would want to lean towards other movies other than Scream 1, but look at this. And by the way, who the F is going to beat the dialogue for Scream 1? I don't care what anybody says. 3 is up. 3 is one of the reasons. 3's dialogue is one of the reasons that I appreciate that movie so much. Now, what's better, 3 or 2? Do you remember David Arquette talking to Courtney Love outside of Parker Posey's mansion? And God, can we get away with watching the clip? The way that he says something like, you gotta realize that a woman's instability and emotional vulnerability needs a strong man, no matter what kind of levels of goofball the strong man may be. He needs there as a pillar of security. That's not the line, but it might as well have been. I love the dialogue of 3. I love that it almost had like an old movie quality with the banter back and forth. I wanna say, God, look at this, dude. You can actually visually see how low 5 and 6 are compared to the others. Oh my God, look at 2. 2 is literally down the middle the entire time. Interesting. Where 3 has these massive fluxes. This actually makes sense to me because there's a lot of things I really like about Scream 3. Okay, that dialogue. You're not going to beat 1 for dialogue. Look at this, dude. Scream 1. Scream 1's the best, isn't it? Look at that. Look at how it's only beat by its second place in intro. There's no way that the dialogue is better in the other movies. Dude, the rules to survive a horror movie, the dialogue between Nev Campbell and Skeet Ulrich, where he's trying to get in her pants and she's resistant. The dialogue is really good and really serious. It really touches on some stuff that is serious business. You know, like guys desperately wanting to be intimate with women that aren't ready is like a big thing. And the dialogue touches on that immediately. And it does it. The dialogue does such a good job in Scream 1 too, of making it tie into the movie so well. So he's like, you know, you want to keep it PG-13, but I want to go Exorcist levels. You know what I mean? And it's kind of creepy too. You realize too, there's a lot of foreshadowing in the dialogue. You know, well, like a scary movie, blah blah blah. Well, this isn't a scary movie. My God, it's like the dialogue is so good at revealing that it was Billy the whole time in some ways. Leave her alone. Okay, that dialogue alone elevates this movie over some of the others. Leave her alone. Okay, think of, okay, dude, here's some great dialogue. Never say you'll be right back, because then you'll end up dead. I'm getting another beer. Do you want one? No thanks. I'll be right back. And he says, I'll see you in the kitchen with a knife. Now, I've seen the original screenplay. They didn't have that. They modified dialogue in such a way in this movie. They perfected it even while they were filming. A really good example of that, too, is not just because it was literally while they were filming. They modified dialogue because of the casting of David Arquette. I feel like the dialogue perfectly fits into the movie. Now what I really need to be doing is justifying why 3 is so high to people. Because I have noticed 3 is really picked on by the community. I mean, the community takes 3's head and puts it in the toilet and flushes. I mean, the community really does a proverbial swirly to Scream 3. What can I say about it? So I love the wit. 3 is wittier. Okay, some of the dialogue of 5, some of the dialogue becomes grating. Like, I understand people going, well, if this is a scary movie, you'd be the killer. But maybe you're the killer because of variables X and Y. Well, maybe you'd be the killer because of A and B. But it becomes almost... The dialogue in 5 becomes almost like eye-rolling amounts of emulating the previous movies. I feel like there was a naturalness about 3 and a wit. And honestly, if we could do this meme thing where we take one scene and we amplify it to weight the movie, if we're doing singing from 2, if we could even do like the fat black cop kill from 2 is such a bad kill compared to Scream 4. We gotta say, dude, I'm sorry when David Arquette is talking to Courtney Cox about why Parker Posey likes him. It just works. Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm going for dialogue of Scream 3. I love the sharpness and the wit and the comedy. And I know people don't want the series to be lighthearted. I think that's why people dump on 3. But I liked a little bit of fun. The dialogue was a little funner. Is 2 better than 4? See, dialogue is going to be, in my personal self-awareness, I feel like 4 is going to be less strong for me to put the flag in the sand and say, this is my territory of my opinion. Because dialogue to me it's a little gray because I haven't watched the movies. And dialogue is something that needs to be fresh in your head. Dialogue is like something that you're not. Let's think of like the famous lines, okay? Like Scream 1 has them all topped. Look at that. Let's think of when they're talking about other scary movies. Actually, maybe Scream 4 is a little lowered. I like the dialogue in Scream 4 with Kirby and Charlie Walker and the nerd with the headset. There was so much okay, the dialogue, there was so much talk about scary movies that I appreciate about scary movies in 4. Now, I'm gonna actually just take a giant leap forward. I think that's where I want it for dialogue. Is 2 really better than 5? Oh my god, I just had the funniest impulse. Just for the fact of symmetry, I don't want to lure to it. Is that cool? Like, that is such a backwards way. Because look, if I move 2 over here, there would be a lack of symmetry. I don't care. I'm doing that. I don't care if that's crazy. Okay, overall, dude, this really did. I would have been waffling. I would have been doing this 6-7. Oh my god, 6-7. We're gonna literally have a 6-7. No, I would have really been like back and forth. Scream 1. Look at that. It's easy. See, it actually doing it this way actually showed what I always knew to be true. But I love 4 so much, and you could see that by the tier list. 4 never actually, ironically or non-ironically, never goes to 4. There's never 4th out of 6th. I love 4. By the way, like 3, I think it's underappreciated. Ooh, dude, let's go from I know this is like mixed up. This is like mixing your THC with your alcohol, but I don't care. We're going to go from qualitative to quantitative. We're going to turn a qualitative analysis and turn it into quantitative analysis. So that gets 1 point. So that's the 6, 9, 15, 17. That's 3. Okay? 7. Oh, no. Wait. Well, oh, God. What was this point? Okay. 1, 7, 10, 16, 18. 18. Remember 18. It's the age that Matt Gates likes. Okay, we have 18. Now let's do 2. 3, 6, 10. Oh, dude. Oh, 13, 16. Oh. Why don't you take a look at this? It's Scream 3. Oh my god. I went from qualitative to quantitative. Now let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. Okay? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, you know what? I'm sorry. This one I don't need to do quantitatively. This one is a no-brainer to me. So I feel like this is my tier list. Yeah, look at that. And by the way, look at that Scream 6. I love the intro. And by the way, don't think because I have it this low on this that I actually dislike the movie. I think the movie is really good. That's one of the things that I love about the Scream franchise. I don't think there's actually a bad movie in the batch. I really don't. So, but compared to the other ones, oh my god, it's funny too. Look at Scream. Like, everything is top, except for a little dip in intro. And everything in 6 is bottom, but being elevated in the intro. It's like 6 had such a good intro, dude. I love that. Who gives a fuck about the movies? I love getting it's so Scream too. To juke your movie professor and be so petty that they gave him a bad score on what was that? It's like the Italian horror guy. He got a C on the paper on the Italian horror guy. I would love to see what she marked him down on. Was it just his overall writing? Maybe he's just like a lazy scumbag because he's a loser ghostface. I don't know what the professor marked him down on. But let's see. 1, 4, 3. I'm happy about this. I'm going to tell you why. Because I've always been a Scream 3 defender. I almost want to just do this. I'm like glad that I've done this tier list. If not for the simple fact that I could just be a Scream 3 hype man. Now you'd say, well, that's third place though. Yes, but compared to other people's tier lists, like, let's see if we can find a Scream tier list where it's third or higher. I really doubt it. And I might look at some different tier lists here just to like contrast
There's a creative side hustle almost nobody is talking about.
The
and it's not
community's
content
take.
creation, being a YouTuber or a streamer or freelancing. It's voice acting.
Oh,
Hi.
cool, bro.
Happy Halloween week. And this year for Halloween, I wanted to do something special. I figured, let's rank some movies. It's like this. I know I could rank the Halloween movies, but every year I watch the Scream movies.
All right, what's your end ranking there?
This was double the killers.
Don't you have?
And by fun, I mean Matthew Lillard.
Oh, he doesn't have the.
Enough about him.
All right, here we go. Look.
He's so good.
Look.
Finding out.
Oh my God! Is it last?
It's just.
It is.
Scream.
Like, look at this, dude. Like, and it's already, dude. Jeremy Jahns is awesome. I mean, I don't have to do the disclaimer, right? Jeremy Jahns is awesome. I respect his opinion. He's not alone in this. It's like the entire community absolutely craps. You know what's funny? This will almost be like a sideways way of Champion 3. Like, yes, I'm doing the series as a whole for a tier list, but it took me the work to do a tier list of the entire series just so I could defend this movie appropriately. And look, I'm not being disingenuous. It's if you were to prove that the movie was amazing, you could do a rage bait and say it's the best Scream. I'm not going to be disingenuous. I came about this in very honest means and ways, okay? Look at that. The acting is incredible. The kills are good. The dialogue is sharp. Okay? It's got some really good stuff going on. It's at least mid-tier. I like how it seems like his tier list is almost exactly the series backwards. It's almost like you know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Worst to best.
Now that we have even add on.
Oh my god, it's 6 again! Do you see what I'm talking about? By the way, speaking of acting, you see this guy? This dude is absolutely goated in Aliens. He's the robot in Aliens, and Bill Hicks is the Bill Hicks. Hud's no. Oh my god, what the? No, Bill Hicks, dude. Imagine if Bill Hicks was the Marine that said "Game over, man" in Aliens. My brain is having a big Taco Bell fart. Anyway, it's the android guy from Aliens. Another one where it's last place. Wow, the community really has Scream 3 lower than Scream 6? This really is. I heard Sylvester Stallone say that his mom was like a fortune teller, and his mom said that you'll always did some like astrology reading and said you're going to be big and famous and rich, and she said this like 3 months before he's started getting famous or something like that. I know I'm not telling this right, but he said that he always gets to his goal sideways like a crab. By the way, he's a Cancer, I think. I could have this all wrong. This was years ago that I learned this. I feel like we're, like Stallone, we're moving sideways into our point that Scream 3 is completely underrated. Like, it got last place. It got last place. For the Jay and Silent Bob cameo alone! Like, there's nothing fun like that in 6, is there? Part of the reason that I watch Scream movies is for the fun and the comedy. And so it gets criticized for being the most comedic. But it's okay to be the most comedic as long as you're doing it well. And I think the dialogue really does it well. Is Scream 3 also the one? Let me see something. Is this the one where she has that? She's doing the call center? Let me check that out real fast. So, yes, this was really good. Okay, the ghost of Sydney's mother's past really worked for me. All right, in this scene right here, I know they're coming after me. Well, why do you say that? Look, they're sending a message with the Headless Award. Like, this movie is completely underrated. Like, look, we got Jeremy Johns, and then we got this right here. That is absolutely funny, dude. Like, okay, Scream being funny is a bad thing? Since when? This is actually one of the wittier, funnier movies. Take a shot every time I say witty. It's true, though. And by the way, the love interest of Sydney here works very well. And I know that it's not in the merits of the movie alone, okay? But I really do appreciate stuff that they've done with the actor since then. So I'll give an example. He is the killer in Thanksgiving. It makes me like this movie more. I love that they used that guy and made him the killer in Thanksgiving. So apparently they were supposed to get this actor for Scream 7 too, to play the husband of Sidney Prescott, but apparently they couldn't get the actor. I think it was another money issue. I think it's very similar to getting Nev Campbell for Scream 6. I don't think they offered him enough money. This scene right here, okay, look at this. Is this Sam Piker? Is she going to put a shot collar in that? I'm just joking. Okay, this scene is so good. And the nightmares were so good. I love how we see her trying to help others altruistically. Look at the acting. Nev Campbell kills it in this movie. Like, look at that. Scream 6 doesn't have Nev Campbell. I mean, we're not going to put that into our criterion. I really think that you should. The ghost scene. The ghost scene worked for me so well. The ghost of her dead mother still haunts her. The way that they had her coming through the window or whatever, it works for me. Look at her eyes tearing up and stuff. Her acting performance for this. Okay, this guy did a really good job. Like I said, I lament the fact that they didn't have the female Ghostface aid him. Are we gonna find? No way. Are we gonna find that every Scream tier list? Are we gonna find that every Scream tier list has 6 as last? There's no way, dude. The 3 is last. There's no way. Say it ain't so, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it, Zach Cherry. Don't say Scream 6 is last. Don't do it, my friend. I can't handle 666 to be the last, ranked last. Don't do it. Don't be the third 6.
Going to be ranking the characters who received a pictured credit in the end screen, which sadly means that poor Phil will be left off of this list. Thirdly, these characters are being ranked relative to
characters.
this specific movie
Okay.
which doesn't necessarily represent their standing in the franchise.
Okay.
These are just my personal
Mr. Cody Leach.
You don't agree with me.
Don't do it.
Don't really
That's RoboCop, sure.
Or are executed as well as the other films on this list.
Rank 6 higher than last, or there will be trouble.
Setting of 2. You know, it ramps up kind of the meta nature of the film because they're on.
Oh, is it 2?
Stab 3, I believe.
Oh my god. Oh. I need to send this guy a email that says, thank God you didn't make 6 last. You saved me from a crash out, dude.
Little meta comedic nature to it. All of the performances of
the
actors, in particular Parker Posey, are played for
what?
Kind of comedic over-the-top effect.
What?
It works better for some than it does for others. Sometimes I enjoy it. Sometimes it's a little
bit
annoying. While I think that is still badass in this, Courtney Cox as Gail, not a whole lot going on.
Don't talk about her bangs.
Keeps riffing back and forth with Parker Posey.
The riffing was good.
Again,
the riffing is why it was good. The riffing was S tier. What do you mean? That's what?
Character here. And while
don't do it.
For pretty much all of the Scream films, I don't think that the kills are
Everett 666
creative, and for all of the dialogue we continuously get throughout most of these
6
more blood and more gore. There's really only one.
3 is 6. 3 is 6. 3 is 6.
On the positive side,
3 isn't 6.
Entertaining movie.
Well, okay. At least he's giving it. At least he knows it's a good movie. There's not a single bad Scream movie. That's true.
Like I said, Sydney is awesome. The third act of
Has-
the film, I think, is absolutely kick-ass. The movie
Has
director
anyone
Steph
ranked
Lee turning out to be
Scream
Ghostface is
3
quite lame, but once you get, like, all the
higher than
with
last?
him being the long
Anybody?
and having kind of the most
Has anybody
meta against
on the
this
planet, man?
cinematic fight scenes and chase scenes and battles and
By the way,
coming back and coming
he's
back
reminding me of
every
something.
because of his, like, bulletproof
The
vest and
scene
stuff. I think it's a
at
pretty intense film. I do like
the
elements
set
of this Ghostface.
to the
He's
house
the only one who
and the
does it by
chase
himself.
at the
I like
set
fact that they at least
was
try to do
really
something to
good.
tie back to the past. You know, the movie spends
Yeah,
way
the
too
tying to
much
the
time
past with the
focusing on
movie
Marie
set was
Prescott, who
meta in
actually
a
got
really
to
good,
that
witty
character,
way.
so I'm
Witty,
not
there
really
it
invested
is.
in it, but
3 was
there's
witty.
something unique with the story, and I always can appreciate ambition and the attempt there.
That was a cool scene, by the way. That was a cool,
I think it's
weird way to
entertaining.
bring
I
Jamie
think it's not
Kennedy
one of
back.
those films where if I go through the Scream franchise, I dread getting to that one. Like I have 1 or 2.
God, why is it
Some
always
of these
tiered
other franchises
last?
where I'm like, fuck, I gotta worry about that one. So yeah, all in all, solid enough.
Well, that's one of the reasons that I...
Man, it bums me out to say this, but
Really? 5, that's interesting. My God, why have you forsaken Scream 3? That's what Jesus should have said before being crucified. Don't do it, dude. If this guy says Scream 3 is tiered last, it's worse than the devil. It's 6666.
My review series on all 6 Scream movies. It's time to
Don't do it, dude. Listen, Mad Blood. I need you to do me a huge favor right now. I need you to do me a huge favor, and I need you to not rank Scream 3 as last. You look like a nice, smart guy that would appreciate the wit of Scream 3. What was that criticism? That guy seemed chill. But the riffing between Parker and Posey and then Courtney Cox was great. That's one of the reasons the movie was so good. What's wrong with good dialogue, dude? What's wrong with good back and forth tennis dialogue? Where you're riffing back and forth, that's a good thing. Don't do it, dude. You're gonna break my heart.
There are a lot of things to love about the Scream franchise, like its meta.
Now, I will say that's fair enough to say how scary it was, but I weigh entertainment way higher than was I scared. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't find these movies scary. Which one is scarier? So that's like having a pear, a banana, and an apple, and saying rank it towards which one is spicier. The pear? They're not spicy. They're not scary to me. There's movies that scare me, and these movies are entertaining, not scary. Yeah. Oh, yes! He said the word clever. He said clever. Guys, he's not going to rank Scream 3 as last. He's not going to do it. I have absolute faith in this man.
But without further delay, let's pull out those voice changers and get into my personal rankings of the Scream franchise from worst to best.
Don't do 3. Just don't do it, dude.
Coming in last place is Scream 3.
No! 4 in a row!
This time around takes
What? You said you liked the clever! You said you liked the clever! You have betrayed me, Mad Blood! Look at that, dude, the drunk guy! He's not doing the movie! It's a reference to the fact that Scream 1 was almost scrapped, and you had these actors going, oh my god, am I out of a job? The meta was so good in this movie! The meta called out Weinstein! The movie told us a Weinstein was a sex predator all along! How could you make it last? My god!
Unless you really prefer your Scream movies to be mostly just silly and kind of ridiculous. I think Scream 3 is a good time.
You broke my heart. You broke my heart, dude. It's like Padme talking to Anakin. What the hell? 4th last in a row! You guys are mad! Scream 3 is worse than 6? Okay, 6 had a killer intro, but Scream 3 is worse than 6? No! I love Ghostface with a shotgun, but it does not eclipse the quality of the great killer dialogue. The dialogue in 6 was like, my son was virile, your son was a limp dick. I mean, what? It's not as good as this movie, dude. It's just not. In fact, there is a uniqueness into this film that 6 did not have. Are you supposed to emulate and self-referential in your movie? Absolutely. But they did it in a smart way, and a Scream movie should be smart. In 6, the emulations sometimes were lazy. Why is Scream 3 last? Oh, I should...
It also doesn't really make sense that Roman worked his entire life to finally get a directing gig, which happened to be on a movie about the murder of his mother. All this just to try and kill his sister? Seems like there's easier ways to go about doing that.
Oh my god. Are you... I can't. No, I can't, because it's going to make it look like I don't like what this guy's doing. I appreciate anybody putting yourself out there with a movie opinion. But I will say this. His criticism just now, doesn't that fit everybody? There just must be easier ways to do it. Yeah, you take a gun, you walk up without a mask or a phone call and shoot somebody. That applies to every movie. It's the theatrics. Now it's the director. It was the boyfriend. Oh my god, it's the reporter. Oh my god, it's the film nerd. Dude, that's the whole point of the series. What archetype is that? Honestly, dude, this is gonna strike me down like a lightning bolt. If I get one more 6, this has nothing to do. Hey, listen, I got a lot to live for. Okay, this has nothing to do with anything. My mind flashed razor blades, pill bottles, and a gat. Okay, it has nothing to do with anything. It flashed in my mind. Don't do it. Don't do it, Zach Pope. You're the freaking Pope, dude. You are the Pope of Scream movies ranked. Dude, okay, he has Pope in his name, okay? I have a Catholic upbringing, so I believe... No! 5! There is not a goddamn tier list on God's green, blue, and brown earth that doesn't have Scream 3 higher than the lowest of the low. It's in the sewer. It's in the sewer with the Ninja Turtles and Pennywise. Why? Why is that the 5th in a row? Why? It's not. It's funny, dude. It's funny. What? You don't have someone's head on a stick, you sick fucks? What? You need some blood coming out of people's eyes every 5 seconds? It prefers comedy over death. That's okay, you death worshippers. My God. 5 in a row.
Every time I talk to people about what their least favorite Scream film is, everyone typically says Scream 3.
I see!
I don't hate this movie. I actually quite enjoy it still for what it is, but when it comes down to all the other films, this is
Zach!
the one that I have the
Your first name is what I used to want to name myself because I didn't like my first name. My first name, Alucard? Yes! I said I don't want to be named Alucard, I want to be named Zach. Your last name is Pope! I thought there was hope!
And every time I've watched...
My God, you're making me crash out so much. I just blew paper from there. I'm gonna need that number.
There was some production stuff behind the scenes, but I do kind of wish what they...
Why?
Okay, she can't fully come back. Let's not really have...
My God, that's 5! 5 in a row!
But personally, for me, it's just one of those things that...
Dude, don't do it. Okay, that's character. Don't, please. Please. Okay, Sean Chandler. If this is 6 in a row, that's 6 sixes, okay? Because it's the 6th. It's 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. It's like double your devil, double your perdition. Don't do it, dude. Don't do 6 in a row, Sean. Please. Oh my God. Look, it's Ghostface from DVD. Please don't do it, dude. I'm sweating. Don't be the 6th in a row. My God. Dude, I appreciate how sideways going into. It took us hours to find out that 3 is not the worst. It's not. It can't be the worst 6 in a row, according to the community. Don't do it, Psycho. But oh, I like that. You know the Brady Bunch? Oh, I'd love to meet you too. Ole, I'd love to meet you if you don't make still what? Dude! Why? Oh my God. It's like Stigmata, only instead of just nail holes, I got the full cross. You crucified me. You're a bunch of Roman soldiers. You're crucifying a great movie.
The execution of that idea, I just don't think worked.
What the hell is going on here? Are you guys just watching each other's tier list before you do this? How could it? How? Parker Posey's performance. Parker Posey's dialogue. Parker Posey's character. Even her death is interesting. Shooting through the one-way mirrors. Not getting the ghost face, and then she stabbed to death. Parker Posey's the actress that used to quit smoking, and now she's chain smoking, hanging out with Gale Weathers. Gale Weathers, actress, hanging out with Gale Weathers. It was so good. You know, the other movies don't have anything particularly just like that. It's very similar to why I rank Scream 4 Intro as one of the best. The movies just don't have something like that. It's meta on meta. Okay, it's meta on meta. It's beautiful, man. It's art. You know, Hollywood movies so many times placate towards the lowest common denominator. It's refreshing to see stuff like that. I don't know if I have it in me. I don't know if I have it in me to click. We watched a movie. I don't know if I have it in me. It's like Kylo Ren. What Kylo Ren? Talk to us, dude. Kylo Ren, you gotta talk to us here, buddy. Kylo Ren, help me out, man. You gotta help me out, brother. Kylo Ren, you gotta help me out, brother. Kylo Ren, say it for me. Kylo Ren, say it. It's a meme, right? Let's put in meme. You gotta say it for me, brother. Oh my God. This is me. Looking to see, that is, that is not what we're doing here. Well, look at this. Okay, where's the strength line, dude? I put strength in the freak more. No, he is talking to us. He's telling us. Dude, he is talking to us. It wasn't the meme we wanted. It was the meme that we needed. More. Kylo Ren is right. We need to do one more. Kylo Ren says, not one more. All of them. Don't. Please don't. Dude, no. I feel beaten. I feel like Passion of the Alucard. Listen, my friend did not believe me when I worked Graveyard Freight. I told him when you're insulted or verbally abused, that in your brain it can censor off as physical. He did not believe me. He did not believe, because he's a fan of, sticks and stones. But honestly, I'm going to prove to you all that if I hear Scream 6 is ranked, Scream 3, what's this?
And it's out as a box set together as a nice Easter set. And Easter's over.
Don't do it. Please. Please. Please.
And believe me, Dean, you do.
What are we...
What I'm going to do is I'm going to rank this thing backwards today. That's right. We're going to start with number 1. Everybody knows what number 1's going to be because you're crazy, in my opinion, if it's not anything more than you fucks. And don't forget, today is the last day.
Don't do it, man. I can't handle anymore. I can't handle any more pain. The Bible says that God will only give you what you can handle. Don't do 7.
I love your fucking faces. What is your ranking? Comment down below. Let me know. My opinion.
Is this Philip DeFranco?
Ambient and went to the beach. It was just strange and sunny and weird. Out of all the movies, 5 and 6 included, Scream 4 feels like the biggest outlier in the franchise. The whole thing just feels strange. There are positives. I love the kills in this movie. It got back.
Oh my god!
And it knew it needed. That idea was ahead of its time, but the because you get to see them like living together and like happy or whatever. And guys, thanks for taking the time. I just happen to enjoy this one the least, and that's for a multitude of reasons. I don't love the killer reveal in this. Jill and
we watched the movie. You didn't make Scream 3 last. I don't care that it's unfair to say this is your least favorite. I don't care at all. As long as it wasn't 3. My god.
Charlie, I mean, he literally coming in my house in the good reveal with Roman, and he's a really believable ghost.
I don't care that it was second to last, okay? I don't... Yeah, starts crashing out, it was second to last. God bless... I want to say a prayer right now till we watched a movie. Listen, dude, there's a part of me that's like, wait a minute, you're going to do an impromptu prayer? Yeah. Wait, if you got a... What's his name? We watched a movie. Oh, dude, you gotta send your positivity out there in the cosmos. Are you guys ready? It's a little too loud. Oh, great meme god! You have kept us from taking the giant last leap of our small, meaningless, petty lives. And the 7th, that was to be the 7th, 6th place, Scream 3. We watched a movie. He chose Scream 4 instead. In this, we must bless him. Bless him, meme god! We watched a movie, kept me from the precipice. That he stood against the current. He parted the Red Sea of a terrible, honestly, flop of an opinion, bandwagon opinion, that Scream 3 was the last place in the Scream franchise. He had it Scream 4, and we love Scream 4. But what we hate would be Scream 3 ranked the worst 7 times in a row. We got Scream 3 last. 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 But then we watched a movie. Stepped up. He stepped up and said that it wasn't the last. He said it was second to last, but we're going to forgive him for that. Because he didn't say it was last. My God. My God. You have forsaken us. We have been thrust upon the cross, but the boulder was rolled away, and we have vanquished from our tomb up to heaven. Thank you so much, great meme god above.